Boah, I could have slapped him. My daughter stands in front of me, and I can still see the outrage in her eyes. Upon inquiry, I finally get to know what made her so angry. She had confided in someone and asked him to keep it to himself. But he had nothing better to do than to spread it, and soon everyone in her class knew. At first, she noticed it through their looks, and later through their remarks. She then confronted the person who broke their word, and what else could he do but admit that he hadn't kept the secret? My daughter's anger was understandable. She could have slapped him, as she said. And I asked curiously, "What did you do?" She looked at me and said, "I clenched my fist in my pocket." Sometimes that's exactly the right thing to do, and a good start to prevent a situation from spiraling out of control. What applies in small matters certainly also applies in larger ones. We are currently witnessing on the global stage what happens when the spiral of violence begins and Pandora's box is opened. Then there's no stopping it, and everything spirals out of control. The weekly impulse seems almost like it comes from another world, as the Apostle Paul advising the following: "Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good." Yes, it is from another world, or rather from another reality. Here we are met with God's reality, the reality of those who walk with Jesus Christ. It will depend on them that, even beyond the clenched fist in the pocket, they dare to approach others again and offer them a hand. However, to do that, you first have to take the fist out of your pocket and shape it into a hand. We all know how hard that is. And I'm not a dreamer or a naive Christian. I have my greatest struggles with this myself. However, I can also say that only this way can reconciliation happen. And only this way can there be a community again, something we humans so urgently need. And again, what applies in small matters also applies in larger ones. One can only hope that the impulse of the week is truly an impulse that lasts not just for a moment but for a lifetime. Essentially, it's a way of life, or you could say it's a matter of faith. And matters of faith need to be lived with an outstretched hand. Loving God, you have opened your hand and reached out to us. In your Son, you come to meet us, and we feel your forgiving love and your willingness to give us another chance. Grant that this may have a contagious effect on us humans. Help us to make it possible for fists to loosen and become hands again. Or as a modern song once said, "Even a stone grows warm when the sun shines on it." Amen.